Thank you, McKinley. Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Melva, your board-certified radiation oncologist, and I'm here with...
Leland.
Say it again? Leland. All right, and who else is here? Are you going to say hello?
Hello.
No, your other... Are you saying hello?
Yes.
Say hello. Okay, all right. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, everybody. Okay, y'all are shaking the table too much. Can you stand right here and take that out of your mouth? How's everybody doing? Come on in. Come on in. Join us live. We're going to do a cancer chat with Dr. Melva today. 3 tips to brighten your day. Have some things I want to share with you. It's been a little while. Hold on. Let's move you over here. Oh, Leland's going. Here, you want to take it down a little bit?
Yes.
Okay, we can't take it down too much because y'all have messed up this room. All right, do you want to take that out of your mouth? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Dr. Melva.
Welcome.
Are you copying me? Hello, hello. Let me know who's in the room. When you're here, say hey. Hey, Dr. Manny, how you doing? Dr. Manny. Say Dr. Manny. Say hey, Dr. Manny.
Hey, Dr.
Hey, Dr. Manny. All right, say we're going to talk about 3 tips today.
3 tips.
3 tips.
Yes.
All right, so I'm Dr. Melva, your board-certified radiation oncologist if you're just joining, and I help people that have recently been diagnosed with cancer. Through my videos, speaking, and online programs, I help them to navigate the complicated cancer system, understand their diagnosis and treatment options, and take charge of their life in spite of cancer. Is that right? Is that what Mommy does?
Yeah.
All right, tell them where they can go to talk with me.
Papa.
They can't go to Paw Patrol. You can head on over to www.talkwithdrmelva, that's DRMELVA.com, talkwithdrmelva.com, to schedule a free strategy session with me so I can help you take charge of your life. All right, let's not put this in our mouth. How's everybody doing tonight? What are you guys doing? Is there Christmas shopping?
Yeah.
What else is going on? You just want to keep putting that in your mouth. Okay, tell them we're going to share from this article.
Okay.
You got to take that out of your mouth so you can talk. Okay. So I have the honor and pleasure. Okay, see you later. You want to go wrap presents? Okay, bye. All right, so tonight I wanted to share someone else's story. Can you shut that door for me, buddy? I have the honor of speaking to people when they're first diagnosed with cancer, or in the first 1 to 2 to 3 months of the confusion, chaos, overwhelm, and fear that happens when you find out or hear those 3 words, you have cancer. So I wanted to come on and give you 3 tips to brighten your day after being diagnosed with cancer. And I like to do that by sharing a story. So one of the tips to brighten your day is to watch or listen to someone else's story for encouragement. Okay, that's the number 1 tip. So I'm sharing a story from the magazine. It's from Vanderbilt, Momentum magazine. And the title of the story is The Rainbow After the Storm. So this story was written in her own words by a cancer survivor. Her name is Nivette Tyus Middleton, so shout out to you. Very inspiring story. And I just wanted to read a couple of the points that she talks about, as I know that it relates to a lot of you when you've just been diagnosed with cancer, and I think this can help you. So she describes, things like when she first found out she was diagnosed with cancer, that her husband was not sure the best course of action. She'd really not allowed her mind to go there. And the doctor shared with her the most dreaded news she had ever heard. You have cancer. So tip number 1 to brighten up your day. When you hear those words, those 3 words, you have cancer, immediately it's like a lightning strike, right? It's the worst news that you've ever heard. You want to hear anything but that you have cancer. It could be any other diagnosis, any other medical problem except cancer. So one of the things that I help patients with in coaching and online programs is to teach them ways to deal with that overwhelm and anxiety and just the fear that comes with the 3 words of you have cancer. So tip number 1 I'm sharing to brighten your day are listen to other people's stories of success with dealing with cancer treatment options. And I'm sharing a story if you're just joining me. I'm Dr. Melva from an article, and she talks about the doctor sharing the most dreaded news, you have cancer. And my tip on learning how to work with that is to speak with other survivors and really start to understand your diagnosis so that it's less scary, okay? Cancer is no longer necessarily a death sentence for everyone who's diagnosed. So we have to reprogram our minds so that we can still have hope and encouragement when we hear those 3 words, you have cancer. Another thing that she said in the article, and again, I'm reading and quoting this article from a patient in the Momentum magazine as she tells her story, which I think is very powerful to hear and share other people's story during the transition. She says that when I arrived at her office, my thoughts were all over the place. Hi, welcome to the broadcast. Let me know you're here. We're talking about 3 tips to brighten your day, sharing a cancer survivor's story. So she says, when I arrived at her office, my thoughts were all over the place. She came in, introduced herself, and then began telling me my diagnosis and plan for treatment. She was very thorough. Okay, I just want to talk about that a little bit. One of the things I was talking with someone today about is that when you're first diagnosed with cancer, it's all a blur, okay? So as this patient, her story says, her mind was all over the place. Her thoughts were all over the place. When you hear those words, you have cancer, everything else that follows that, even for weeks to months, is pretty much, it goes in one ear and out the other. So the second tip I have to brighten your day after you've been diagnosed with cancer or recently diagnosed is that you need to bring ears with you and not your own, okay? Bring someone who has a clear mind that is not themselves the patient or having the diagnosis that can come with you. Because no matter how smart you are, no matter how educated you are, no matter how confident or strong you are, after you hear those words of you have cancer, the rest goes away. Because it's overwhelmed, there's fear, there's scare, it's just scary because you don't know what it means. So my tip number 2 is 1, listen to other people's success stories. Search for patients that have been diagnosed with cancer who have good success stories to share tips with you. Tip number 2 is bring a set of ears. Bring someone else with you to the appointment, because after you hear those words, you have cancer, everything else is going to go out of the way, okay? All right, so I'm Dr. Melva. If you're just joining the live broadcast, if this is giving you value, please share. Sharing is caring. Today we are giving you 3 tips to brighten your day when you have first been diagnosed with cancer. All right, so let me see. Going back through the rest of her story, and I'm sharing a survivor story in that Momentum article from Vanderbilt. And then so she says, sorry, I have like the worst background ever. Give me 1 second. Let me shut the door. I'll be right back. All right. Leland, Jude. Oh my gosh. Who out there has children and can understand? This is so crazy. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining and watching. All right, so hey, Dr. Manny. Dr. Manny says, what's up, Doc Melva? Yes, Paw Patrol. Yes, my son does love Paw Patrol. Great tips. Thanks so much for joining, Diana. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you joining. Okay, so tip number 3, I want to go through her story again, as I could really relate to this, and it sounds just like when I'm coaching and helping patients. And again, you can go to www.talkwithdrmelva. That's Talkwithdrmelva.com to schedule a free strategy call with me so that can help you to take charge of your life after being diagnosed. Okay, so again, I'm reading the article, sharing some tips from this cancer survivor. Thanks so much for joining. And she says, after taking a few chemo treatments, my body started going through all these changes. I lost all my hair, felt nauseous most of the time, and lost about 25 pounds. I looked different. I felt different. And my self-confidence was non-existent. I no longer recognized the person looking back at me in the mirror. Cancer takes and takes and takes. Its sole purpose is to destroy everything around it. It survives by taking from you. I prayed, Lord, please don't let it take my life. And I really, really appreciate this cancer survivor sharing her story in this magazine, because everything that she just said in that package, and in that passage, is exactly what's happening. There are changes on the outside of your body. There are changes on the inside of your body. And you just feel like you're alone and that cancer is taking everything away. So my 3rd tip is to share your story. Okay, so by sharing your story, talking with other people as you have just been diagnosed with cancer, when you get into the beginning of your treatments, welcome to the broadcast. Sharing your story will help you to take charge of your life. There are lots of different places that you can share your story, different support groups. You could talk on a podcast. As far as other patients, whether it's in the lobby, at your church, at your place of work, there are lots of places where you can share your story. And I think that's number 3 tip for brightening your day, because the more that you talk about how you feel, it helps you to have control and take control. Welcome to the broadcast. Thanks so much for joining. And so the last passage that I'm sorry, I like tongue twisted today. The last passage that I'll share from this story about this author and cancer survivor in this magazine, we're sharing tips. As she moves through her treatment, she says, as the months progressed, I began to regain remnants of my old self. I began to reflect on my journey. During my illness, at times, I felt very isolated. Welcome to the broadcast. I never want anyone to feel like they have to fight this battle alone. I created a prayer line for my family and friends. We get together every Saturday morning. There is power in prayer. The prayer line is 5 years strong, and so am I. Now, she says, I am a cancer advocate, sharing a message of survivorship and hope. I want people to know cancer is no longer a death sentence, but a life sentence for change. So I love that. Welcome to the broadcast. If you're just joining, I'm Dr. Melva, your board-certified radiation oncologist, and today I'm sharing 3 tips to brighten your day, sharing some quotes from an article that I read that really inspired me, and I think it will help you if you've just or recently been diagnosed with cancer. So in this last passage, she talks about getting her old self back, which as you start to have the physical... Hey, Leland, buddy, come here. Let's wrap up the call. Hold on 1 second. Hey, man, can you come help me? Can you come help me wrap it up? Let's wrap it up. Okay, I'm sorry. It's okay. All right. I'm so sorry. This is real life. Okay, look. We can talk about Paw Patrol, okay? Hi, welcome. Okay. So I'm going to have to wrap it up. Okay. It's okay. Look, can you say Merry Christmas? Okay. So I'm going to have to wrap it up, but I hope you got value today. Hold on, buddy. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Look, you're on camera. Paw Patrol. Leland, look. I got a secret for you. So I hope you got value out of today. Thank you so much for joining. I'll be back later on to take questions about this segment. Okay, man. Are you sure? You don't want to help out? All right. Oh, my goodness. So when somebody figures out how... Oh, wow. All right, we're going to wrap it up. Hey, come here. I got some for you. I'll give you some ice cream, okay? Can you say bye really nicely? Come on. Please. Okay, so this is real life. No filters around here. Hey, Dawn, thanks for joining. Hey, Marquetta, thanks for joining. All right, Leland, say hi. Auntie Dawn's on. Say hi. Hi, Diana. Thanks so much for sticking in there. So I hope that you got value from today. Those are just 3 tips to brighten your day, especially if you've just been diagnosed with cancer. So 1 is to read an inspiring story. You have to love the kids. Marquetta says you have to love the kids. Exactly right. Read an inspiring story. So today I shared tips from a cancer survivor from the Momentum magazine. I read and really connected with a lot of what she had to say. And I think it will help a lot of you who've just been diagnosed, or if you know someone who's been diagnosed, please share this broadcast. Maybe edit out the tantrums with cancer. Number 2, welcome. Come on, you got it. What was number 2? Do you remember? Come on, dude. Okay. Where are you going? You got to be nice, okay? Okay. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to take off my Santa hat. Like, it's super hot. Okay. All right. So, number 2. Hey, do you remember what number 2 was? All right. So catch the replay. Thanks so much for joining. We'll join you later. Okay, can you end on a happy note? Let's sing a happy note song really, really quickly. Yes. Okay. All right. Until next time, go to www.talkwithdrmelva.com to schedule a free strategy call with me so I can help you get to your next. And remember, if you have a toddler, hang in there. Good luck. Bye.